Heading into 2026, I want to talk to you about the power of words. Not words in general, but specifically the power of a single word. I'm going to give you a couple of anecdotes, and then I'm going to talk about a word that I think would be a good one for all of us to grab onto this year. The first anecdote comes from when I was 13 years old. I'll never forget it. I really wanted a pair of Chuck Taylor Converse high tops. Those were the canvas Converse high tops that had that little Chuck Taylor logo on the inside. But I couldn't afford a real branded pair of these Chuck Taylors. So I scraped up some money from a paper route and I purchased a non-branded pair of canvas high tops from a local Kmart along with a black magic marker. I went out to the curb in front of the Kmart, sat on my skateboard, and I started to draw a dark circle on the inside of each of these pairs of non-branded canvas high tops to give the illusion that they were Chuck Taylors. As I was doing this, a woman walks out of Kmart with her young daughter, who is about my age. The woman looks over at me and she points and she says, "Hey." And she said her daughter's name and she said, "Look, that boy bought himself a pair of Bobos." One word, Bobos, humiliated me so much that I stood up. I immediately threw those non-branded canvas high tops in the trash and I skated home completely defeated. And all these years later, I'm still remembering that one word and how it affected me. In 1992, as an 18-year-old freshman in college, I made a decision around one single word that would define me for years to come. Instead of adorning my room with Grateful Dead posters and Christmas lights and all the things that the other kids were decorating their rooms with, I decided not to put a single thing on my walls except one. And that was a little sheet of paper about this big. And on that sheet of paper, which I taped directly in front of my eyes at my desk, I wrote the word focus. And throughout my college years, as I was living in the dorms, that one word, focus, was always staring me in the face. And that's how I chose to decorate my dorm room. And that word served as a constant reminder of why I was there, what I should be doing. And it also built in me a mental model that I've carried into adulthood. And it served me particularly well, especially during seasons of distraction. But the point is, it was one single word. First, it was Bobos, then it was focus. Now, as I'm heading into 2026, I'm realizing that I have more professional career years behind me than I actually have ahead of me. And I'm also realizing upon reflection, this has nothing to do with the change in the calendar year, but I'm realizing based on some circumstances that this next season in my own personal and professional life is going to be pivotal on a number of fronts. And so I spent the last couple of weeks thinking of a new word to guide me, which will define me in this next season forward. I'm not going to share that particular word with you. I'm going to keep it to myself and maybe I'll share it down the road. But for right now, I'm holding that particular word close because I really want it to shape me and I don't feel the need to go public with it. But what I do want to offer you is a word that I think can and should define all of us who work at VCU, not only this particular year, but throughout our respective tenures at this institution. And that one word is public. We are a public university. What does it mean to be public? Well, in the simplest of terms, it means that we receive a lot of taxpayer support. And so the money that funds most of our salaries, most of our programming, number one, as a tuition-driven institution, comes from student tuition, but also a large chunk of the money that drives this institution, that drives our engine, is from taxpayers. But deeper than mere dollars, what does it mean to be public? I want to suggest to you that for all of us, to be public means that we carry a special trust. It means that we carry a special trust to have integrity. That means doing the right thing when no one is looking, doing the right thing when we could cover it up. It means carrying a special trust to dedicate ourselves to service, putting ourselves in a mindset that we are here to support others and not to gratify ourselves. And if you want to know one little secret that I've learned over the years, that is that a candle that is on fire loses absolutely nothing by serving another candle by lighting it on fire. As a matter of fact, that one original candle that lit the other candle didn't lose its flame at all. Its flame simply spread to somebody else. And that's that service mindset. It's the power of the service mindset. It's that you lose absolutely nothing by serving others. Being public also means having a commitment to excellence. A lot of times in public institutions, we get a bad rap because we are, dependent on taxpayers, and so therefore we're just going to come to work and we're going to phone it in. But not here. At VCU, understanding our public trust means that we are driven with a mindset of excellence. So I want to ask you, what does excellence mean in your particular unit? What does excellence mean in your area of expertise, in your specific role? How can you be the most excellent in your job, in your function? So consider that in 2026 and beyond, that one word, the power of one word, that word public. And then think generally just the power of single words. Going back way into my childhood, that power of that word Bobos, how it totally changed me that day and has stuck with me. The words that we speak to other people really do matter and they stick with them. Think about the words that you use to build your mental models. That one word focus that I used as a college student built a mental model in me. Ask yourself, what are the single words that you're speaking to yourself and over yourself, and how might they be defining you in ways that either you want to be defined or that you don't want to be defined? Finally, I just want to say to you that it continues to be an honor and a privilege to serve you, both as Senior Vice Provost for Academic Affairs and as the Interim Dean of University College. I want to remind you that you are in really good company. We have a fantastic team here. Lean on each other, support each other, and let's go into this new year, 2026, determined that it's going to be the best year yet.